Hey guys, so don't even say anything, I'm already ahead of you. Look when the video is uploaded. Yeah, let's go back a little bit. When was last episode? Yeah. New videos every week. Except for when I don't. Anyways, I'm home for about 2 more weeks out of the 4 months that I've been here so far, and so much has changed. From no reflection in the poster anymore, to a completely different location. It's actually kind of terrifying. Which reminds me of another time when I was home and things were really, really scary, when I could have almost run over 2 small children. To put a time frame on it, it's about my freshman year in high school, and I'm just here in my small town with my friends Chris and Cody. Now there are many positive things about living in a small town, but one of the biggest negatives is that there's a lack of people and lack of things to do. Specifically, when you can count how many houses there are in a half-mile radius on your 2 hands. Because of this lack of civilization, Chris, Cody, and I could pretty much do whatever we wanted within judgment with pretty much no restrictions. And no restrictions we went. Because to be honest with you, when we got out of school, we were either just gonna waste away inside or be outside and do something. Which one would you choose? And with that thought, it brings me to the topic at hand. It was winter. Cold, wet, pretty much everything was dead. With the winter comes another thing, salt and sand in order to melt the snow and ice. Thing is, sand can be used for something completely different, and that is drifting. Now you see, I personally had not been involved in this activity before, but I was open to trying something new. After going 4 years, seeing Cody in his car just kind of floating across the road, I wanted to try it out for myself. Now I didn't have a car at the time. I did though have my father's old 1989 Ford F-150. Now you see, this beaut, we didn't use it that often. 1, because we had newer and better things, and then 2, because it was rusted, it had a hole in the gas tank, it would start and then sometimes just die randomly, sometimes it just wouldn't start at all. It was falling apart, had a flat tire at one point that somehow got filled, but also then flat another time. It was a huge wreck, which was perfect then for me to take out. Thing is, the F-150 has 2 things going for it though. We don't use it that often, and that it was a manual. Why does that matter so much? Because with the manual, you could choose how much you drift and when. Now I've been able to drive stick for years, but thing is, I had never drifted before, and all I had known about it was just kind of watching Cody do it. So I figured, how hard can it be, right? Let's try it. So we have a plan. You see, I live on a dead-end road that's just connected to another back road, so we're not really worried about traffic or anything like that. So what I'm gonna be doing is pulling out, going up the road a little bit, and then swinging in, drifting into my road. So I get going. I get in the truck, start it up, it dies, start it up again, it dies again, start it up, it finally works. I am praying it won't die, and then pull out. Now remember, the only way that I know how to drift is through watching someone else do it on the outside. Tyler, why didn't you just look it up or just ask him how to do it, or just not do it at all, because it just sounds like a stupid, terrible idea. All valid points, all of which though, I ignored. So I go out, turn around, and start heading straight for my road. I'm going about 20 miles an hour, and I am ready to drop the clutch and drift in. So, I do it. Drop it, pull to the left, and I'm drifting in. Thing is, I've run into an issue. I live in Connecticut. In Connecticut, we get a lot of snow. I also live on a back road that they don't plow very much. What do? Instead, they just put a lot and a lot of salt and sand on the roads. So, I'm drifting in, I'm getting ready to go, and I hit a huge patch of sand. That's fine, that's a good thing. Not wearing down the tires, causing less friction. Until I realize it's too much. I start spinning out, and I'm about to hit the curb. So what do? I try to correct it. At this point, so many emotions are going through my head. Awesome, I'm doing it. Oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm more conflicted than I've been in such a long time. And because of that, I really try and overcorrect it, and I end up hopping over the curb. Now, of course, this startles me so much. So, like any logical person, I put my foot to the floor on the gas. At this point, I am just chewing up the snowbank and then also my neighbor's yard. And I quickly notice what I'm doing and I just stop. The truck stalls out. I quickly start it again, praying that it will start. It does, and then I quickly just in first gear get out of there and just very, very easily go up my driveway, park, get out, and then hide behind my house. Now this is a very, very good time to tell you that my neighbors were home. In fact, the entire family was. The mother, the father, and the 2 little girls. Why is this important? Because they were playing right where I just ran over and chewed up their yard. About a half hour earlier. I run behind the house, and then Chris and Cody, who were watching, quickly dart into the woods across from the end of my street. I'm freaking out. I don't even have the truck keys with me. They're still in the truck, and I am just hiding, praying that they didn't see any of that. I'm just thinking, there is no way that they didn't see that. I am so screwed. And then I get a phone call. It's from Chris, and he's telling me, get ready to get sued. Because not only were they home, their mother was a lawyer. Great, a lawyer. Not only was I driving illegally, but I also chewed up their yard. I'm screwed. I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. I peer around my house in order to see the damage, and it is so bad. There is mud on the truck. The entire yard is torn up straight through the snow and through the grass down to the dirt. I don't know what to do. I snuck around the house, went to the truck, grabbed the keys, shut it so quietly, then went around to my house, went inside, and Chris and Cody came after. We didn't know what to do. We thought we were totally screwed. I thought I was totally screwed. Thing is, no one came out. Not even a door opened. They were home. We didn't see them leave. All that we were left to think was, alright, they're probably on the phone right now trying to contact other lawyers. So of course, like rational people, we waited and waited and waited till about 1 in the morning that night. What are we gonna do at 1 in the morning? We're gonna go out, sneak out with some rakes, and we are going to try and fix where I ran over. We're burying the massive ruts that I dug in just all the snow, and then trying to look like it's disturbed, but not too disturbed that someone just ran over your yard. Once we were done fixing it, we left, went to bed, woke up the next morning freaking out again, and just kind of waited for the phone call or the letter or them to come over. And it never happened. Not that day, not the day after, a month later, nothing. They eventually moved away about 2 years later, and the incident was never talked about again, except between us when we would call it the incident. I guess in the long run, it's pretty good that it happened, because have this story. It's pretty bad because I could have literally run over their 2 kids if it happened a half hour earlier, because right where they were playing is right where the back tires were. So that's the story of how I almost ran over 2 small children when I tried drifting with a truck. If you liked it, maybe check out one of my other stories. And if you have any opinions on this topic, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. If you liked it, make sure to show your support. And if you want to see more content like this, ring the bell and subscribe. I'm Tyler, and until next time, I'll see you around.